All right, so there's gonna be a lot of background noise going on here, so hopefully I can still be heard. On this one here, I'm not a big fan of this one. There's a lot going on here, but let's go ahead and start zooming in now. Right front fender, immediately we know that the plastic bezel parts, those are cracked. You can see a nice chunk missing right there. Bumper, that's good. Scuff here, and then you can see where the lens is cracked here. And then there's some damage here to the rubber as well. Grill, good shape. Looks like all the veins are there. I've been seeing this on the past couple of Benzes that I've looked at. It's pretty common, I guess, where they hit somebody from behind, and then the screws get pushed into the bumper, and then you got some dents right there. Okay, some hokey looking fog lamp trim pieces there. The rubber here, okay, this is where I saw earlier. Okay, nice size crack here on the left end cap trim right there. Lenses look pretty good here, right? I was kind of disappointed because when I called Jed, I asked that the car be inspection ready, meaning washed as well, because when the car is dirty like this, or even like a light coating of dust, it makes it difficult for me to see like the paint imperfections, especially when the car's been repainted, because then I'm really looking at quality of workmanship, paint impurities, stuff that's really obvious when the car is clean. And I always feel like something's being hidden from me, and so if anything, that just raises my flags even more. But one thing I did see here is you can see like the blemish already, so it's just an indication of the quality of paint work. We got 20 thousandths of an inch here, 14 and 18 thousandths of an inch. Here at the left fender, 12, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 10.5. So I'm not seeing any body filler here. We got the incorrect wheels here off a newer Benz. Tires look decent. Okay, moving on. Okay, I like this. It's got the original windshield wiper and blades. The glass, I don't see any obvious chips or cracks there. Okay. Here we go. Here's a view of the dash from the outside, and then I'll be looking at it inward as well. But just to the attention to detail here, I can't get the VinTech reading because they have the cover overlapping it. All right, so gaps look decent here. Forgot to point out, I usually do this when I'm at my desk, but I already saw that the hood gaps are off. With the European cars, Germans are fanatics for perfection. Typically, the panel gaps are dead on match, and that's not the case here. Left gap looks decent there, but again, I'll do a further analysis when I'm back at the desk. 10.5, 8.5, 15. I can't read the bottom ones because of the veins that run across from there. Let's see, outside mirror. Okay, all right. Okay, the typical what I've been seeing on all the cars as well. Well, not all, but most. Just the drying right here, the weathering. The window, I tried to roll that up. That wasn't working, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it as is. I was able to lift it up a little bit, but that was with me lifting it, and that's going beyond my comfort zone there. So we know something's wrong. Here, veins will need to get cleaned. Okay, gaps here. Let's see how the door closes. Should sound like a vault. Okay, so yeah, still decent there. All right, moving on. Left rear wheel didn't catch my attention there. Let's get some readings. 9.5. Oh, try that again. 19. Okay, so we know that there's some body filler in this area here, and also from what I can see, the quality of workmanship on the paint, it's not high quality. I already saw overspray on some of the rubbers where nothing was removed. And here's just a side view here, just to see how it looks, looking for those the waviness in the paint, minor dents or dings. Here at the back window area, okay, beyond the coating of dust, looks halfway decent. Just some minor pitting in there, or that might be, I don't know, the lamination as well. Got some roof readings, 13.5. Again, you can see the sloppiness here, just the lack of attention to detail. 15. So immediately, the first thing I would do is I'd strip all the paint and start all over again. Okay. and hopefully that didn't come out too harsh. Okay, just waiting for the paint meter to come around again. All right, looking at the gaps here, you can see how tight it is on this side, on the left side, versus the right side. So something's definitely going on here. All right, looking at the back. Okay, let's get those meter readings. Okay, 11 and 10. Okay, so at least I didn't see any body filler. 11 and 9. Looking at the fuel cap area, I noticed some blistering in there. So I'm definitely going to look underneath and check for rust, because I'm already seeing it here. All right, and then there's no tension on this. You know, it should stay nice and closed and secured by itself. Again, we're starting to see some overspray here. All right, and then you can see this the rubber already breaking apart already. Okay, I think I got those readings already. 14 and a half, 12, and you can see that this is just unsightly right here, right? Okay, so 12 and a half, 10 and a half. It's missing the side molding here. Another, and then this had one of those probably aftermarket wind deflectors back there. Again with the rubber, okay? And then there's a nice sized dent right here on that, and that can't be straightened. That would have to be replaced. Right. Let's get that side view real quick. All right, moving on. Let's open that door. Okay, nice solid. That's actually really nice. All right, door gaps right there, and then get the fender. 13, 8.5, 9.5. Yep. Let's try that again. 16, 13, 19.7, 13, 21. Okay, a little bit of body filler there. That's not bad. I mean, the panels have some 19.7. That's more right there. All right, so we're getting it on the right side here, 17. So body filler here. Maybe that explains why the gaps are off. Maybe some impact damage and they couldn't get the lens or the hood aligned just right. Moving on to the engine. All right, so I've had it running here for a couple of minutes already, and it's just not looking good mechanically. Already in the exhaust, we can see the exhaust coming out, and that's got like a blue color. Blue tells me that it's burning oil. All right, so you know, if it was black, that would tell me that it's running rich, which I wouldn't be concerned about because typically that's just an adjustment. Blue is not good, and white wouldn't be good either because white would tell me that it's like a blown head gasket. So that's not a good sign already. Lights are on right now for whatever reason, so we know there's some electrical issues going on. Okay, and it's sputtering as well. It's just not running smooth. Let's go inside here real quick. And I checked the oil pressure already. It pegged up as soon as I turned it on. Sometimes it, you know, so this stays pegged. It doesn't even fluctuate with the change of idle. Out mileage is 105,518. RPM is just under 900. And I'm gonna stay quiet here for a second, and there's a little bit of roughness to it. So I don't know if you can hear it or not. I know I just did it for a brief second. I try to keep these videos as short as I can. But yeah, there's definitely a roughness to it, and I can feel it, you know, while I'm seated on the seat here. It's just shaking a little bit and sputtering like a misfire. Let me rev it up some. See right there. So hopefully the video is picking up, the video microphone is picking up the sputtering so that you can hear it. I definitely hear it. Coming into the engine bay area. Okay, you know, engine bay area in total disarray. It's real dusty, so it tells me it's been in a body shop. There's smoke coming out here. There was even more earlier when I had it running. You see, there's that clip of it come right there, a nice little spew of oil out there, or over there. To check the transmission fluid, I can't even get this cap to open. I've already used more force than what I'm comfortable with, and so I'm not gonna mess with it anymore because I don't want to pull out that tube and then it's a huge mess. So big red flag there. The lines are real brittle. Hoses are firm. You can see all that smoke. Let me see if I can open this up. This I didn't see any issues with the coolant, but okay. At least the coolant looks good. I don't see any signs of cross-contamination in there or any bubbling. Right? If it was bubbling, it tell me that there's like internal engine failure, like a blown head gasket. When I remove the cap here for the oil, what I didn't like about that, yeah, the oil looks good right now, but you can see the components staining, and there's nothing you can do about that to hide it. That just tells me that it wasn't properly maintained during the life of it, coming to this point. Again, more sputtering. Things look good as far as properly aligned. Oil dipstick, I didn't have any issues there. Power steering fluid was real dark. I can hear like an exhaust leak as well. Yeah, it's faint, but it's there. So it's not an exhaust leak. So that's something to consider. Brake fluid is super dark, and again, the line's feeling brittle. Stuff like this is kind of, this is stripped out already. Something as basic as a nut to hold down the air cleaner. The tips are missing here, right? So yeah, there's just too many flags that are coming up that I'm not comfortable with. Meaning that it's going to take a lot of money to get this up to specs. I don't think I got a picture of this. I'll get on the video. All right, I'm getting ready to road test the car, and quite honestly, I don't have a whole lot of confidence. I was kind of debating whether to go, but there's a back road here where I don't even have to go on the main traffic to drive it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go down this street here. When I first started, it took me a long time to get this thing to start again. It was a real long crank, and it finally fired up after sputtering. But we're moving forward now. We're doing about 20 miles an hour. I did notice earlier that it was hanging up in shifting, so it wouldn't shift up. So I'll try it again right now. So we're doing 20 now. Okay, so fine shift. Shifting wasn't bad. So here we go again. And so it's stopping straight, but it's got that really loud brake squeak, which I've already done a couple times and hasn't gone away yet. No clunks when I went over that bump right now. So let's do a harsh turn here. It's okay. Let me get back in traffic here. And we can see the oil pressure moving around now. So it's at 20 something right now, so I'm gonna accelerate really fast now. So I'm stepping on it. This thing is barely moving. There it goes. Now it's going. Okay, bit of a rough shift there, but yeah, this thing it's definitely lacking power. And then again, we can hear the brakes unbearable. I'm gonna use Fry's parking lot here to do a couple figure eights here. Yeah, so, and, all right, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the video now. So I think I got a pretty good idea of how it operates. So I'm back here at the dealership. So I'm gonna stop it now, and then I'll restart it. I didn't want to do it while I was away because I didn't trust it. So stop, and let's do a restart. Okay, so it's when it cools down a little bit when it has difficulty restarting. So it fires up right now.